Hey guys, this bike has a flat tire, so I'm going to show you how you can change the inner tube, and since this tire also has already cracking on it, I will also show you how to change the tire. This is the place where most likely the puncture occurred. So what I did is turn the bike upside down to have easy access to this rear tire, which we're going to work on. So on the rear axle, a quick release lever, so you can just open it up and untighten it a bit, then pull on the shifter, pull it back, then I can grab the wheel and lift it out. To get the tire off the rim, we will be using two of these tire levers. Let's remove the nut. You can use the tire levers anywhere on the rim to get started. This can go on a spoke like this to hold it in place. And now we can move the first one. And usually at this point one can already go around like this to get the tire off. At this point we can push the vent out, and now we can get the inner tube out. If we want to confirm where the hole is, we can just pump in some air in this inner tube, and then we can kind of go around to find the hole, but here it's already quite obvious. This is where the air is coming out. So if we fit this back in here into place, we can see that the hole matches with this hole on the tire. In order to buy a new tire, just check the markings on the existing tire. This is 32-622. So the new one which I bought is 32-622. This cost around 12 euros, so it's very inexpensive. The inner tube could be patched, and I might do that later on, but I just bought a 32-622 inner tube. This cost around 4 euros. So to get the old tire off the rim, we can just pull on it. It makes sense to check the rim from in here. If there are any sharp edges, this rim lining can be changed if that's not intact anymore, but I think this one is looking good. Get started, let's take the cap and the nuts off. Let's use the approach of putting one side of the tire on the rim first. We can just quite easily accomplish this by placing the rim inside the tire. So now the open side is on this side. So let's place the inner tube in position first, and then start going around the wheel like this, pushing the inner tube inside the tire. We can start to push the tire inside the rim. At first we can do this just by pushing on the rim. Later on we need to use one of the tire levers to help. Try to not pinch the inner tube in between, so just push it in first and then get this tire bead inside the rim. Now we have gone all around except this spot which is now a bit tight. So let's use one of the tire levers. Then it's a good idea to still go around and check if it is seated properly. It's a good idea to pump in some air at this point to make sure that everything is seated properly. It's all looking good. On this bike the thickness of the tire will not fit through the brake pads down there, so I will let the air out. So in order to put the wheel back in, I'm pulling again back on this shifter, and what I think it was on the 4th sprocket, but it really doesn't matter that much which sprocket you put the chain on, because after you pedal a bit it will correct itself and jump to the correct sprocket. Squeezing a bit on the tire to fit it through the brake pads, and now we can see it's seated properly in here. Tighten it up a bit and then close it back up. On this tire it says inflate to 3.5 to 5 bar. I'm usually inflating to around 4 bar. Now we can still snug the lug nut. Is the cap on here. So that's it on how to replace an inner tube and a tire on a bicycle. I hope this was helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you got value out of the video, and also consider subscribing for future content as well. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.